I am absolutely sweating. I feel like I've actually just played that game, honestly. How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie and welcome back to the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel, and it is time for your match reaction to Man United 2, Leeds United 2. I'll be honest, I will happily take that point. Obviously, disappointing to lose the 2-0 lead, but ultimately we've come away from Old Trafford without getting hammered and we've actually took something from the game, so really happy with that. Just before I get into it, please smash that like button, please subscribe and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, let's get into it then. So obviously Leeds United took the lead within 56 seconds. There's not really a lot for me to go into prior to that. Wilfred Gnonto, that is all I will say. What a special little player that we've got. Undroppable at the minute for me. Yeah, takes his goal really well. Nice 1-2 with Patrick Bamford. And a really tidy finish to beat David De Gea at the near post. And it's 1-0. And yeah, I feel like other than the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes, I feel like it was all Man United in that first half. I feel like obviously Leeds had the moments where we created some half chances on the counter-attack, but ultimately, as much as it pains me to say it about them, they are a good side. They've got a lot of quality on that pitch. And they were starting to grow and grow and grow into the game. As I said though, I did feel like Leeds United did have their chances. One thing that frustrated me in that first half was Jack Harrison. Even the commentator said he had about 3 occasions in that first half where he'd pick up the ball in that central space on a counter-attack, and the ball he played was always the wrong one. It was never the right ball. He always misjudged it completely. And I think that's what let some of our attacks down in that first half. Obviously, again, everything was just willing on to FC. We were just getting the ball to him on that left-hand side. He was causing Diogo Dalot some real problems. Obviously, Sinisterra went off within the first 10 minutes with a hamstring problem as well. We didn't really get to see much from Cine. It'd been interesting to see how he got on against Luke Shaw. Hopefully he'll be okay for Sunday. Maybe that's why they didn't want to risk him anymore. And obviously Pascal Struijk went off as well. Don't actually know how he managed to start the game after his performance against Nottingham Forest. But he did, and obviously he took that quite big blow to the head from that Rashford shot. And ultimately you can't risk a player in that sort of condition. He didn't look great when he got up as well. So it was the right decision to bring Junior Firpo on, and obviously Somerville came on for Cine as well. Like I said, first half was a lot of just Leeds United sitting back. Obviously, Max Verber, an unbelievable signing as well. That header off the line in the first half was unbelievable. He was putting his body on the line. He was putting everything into it. He was really playing for that badge, and I loved to see that. I thought Luke Ayling tonight, in general, probably the best game I've seen from Luke Ayling in a very long time. I thought he handled Garnacho really well. The little cheat. Every time he got the slightest touch, he was going down, trying to cheat his way into a free kick or even penalty, I don't know. And obviously it was him that Verber headed the ball off the line from, so I'm really glad that he did that. But yeah, Ayling, I thought he defended really well. I thought he provided us that width down that right-hand side, which was good. And overall, I thought it was a decent first half performance from Leeds. Obviously, we started the game off great with the Gnonto goal, and we managed to sit back and defend quite well for the majority in that first half. And at half-time, you're thinking, look, I feel like we all knew it was coming from Man United. We all knew that they would grow into the game and that they would at least get 1 goal. But obviously, start of the second half, we don't really make any changes. We come out and almost instantaneously, again, we go 2-0 up through a Varane own goal. They were questioning a handball in the build-up. It isn't a handball. It's ricocheting that much off about 3 different players. Koch doesn't even know it's hit him. He just plays it into Gnonto, who plays it into Somerville. and he plays a ball in and it comes off Varane and it's 2-0. I am running around my house. I ran upstairs. I ran all around the house. I was screaming. That's why my throat sounds a little bit deep. My voice, sounds a bit deep because my throat's just killing. And at that point, I must admit, I think everyone who is sort of watching that game at that point is thinking, God, are we going to do this? But wasn't to be in terms of 3 points. Obviously, as I just said, you could always sense that Man United were growing into the game and that an opportunity would be taken. They take Weghorst off, who I thought was quite ineffective for them, if I'm being totally honest with you. I think for the first goal, Firpo, it's poor defending from him. Obviously, the initial ball that goes over on to Firpo's side doesn't really track the man quite well. Lets him retreat the ball. And obviously, plays it to Dalot, and it's a really good cross into the box and a good header from Marcus Rashford to make it 2-1. And I'll be honest, at that point, I did expect a Man United comeback and I did expect them to go on and take all 3 points. I think the introduction of Jadon Sancho really helped them. I thought he was good when he come on. Still thought Leeds, had their moments in the game, for sure. But again, it felt similarly to the first half where scored early in both halves, but then ultimately we had to sit back and just soak up the pressure from Man United. And then obviously Sancho equalises. If I'm nitpicking, I could say it's poor goalkeeping from Meslier, but then in his defence, he's got 2 or 3 people in front of him. So obviously he sees it late. So I'm not going to hold it against him. But even at 2-2, I'm thinking, it's a very good point. Let's not lose this completely, Leeds. Let's just sit in, soak up the pressure, and at least get something from this game. And we managed to do that. Obviously, we saw the introductions of Aronson, Rutter, I think Mateo Joseph and Sam Greenwood came on as well. So, yeah, overall, to say, given the circumstances, Armas, Skabala, and again, I keep forgetting the other guy's name, but they set out with a plan. They had a tactical game plan. And you could argue that it has worked because we've took something from the game. I don't think if someone had said to me when I woke up this morning, you'll draw 2-2, you'll be 2-0 up, in fairness, but you'll end up drawing 2-2, I'd have took that. I'd have snapped your hand off. An unbelievable point. Really didn't expect it. I was really dreading this game all day at work. I had that feeling in the pit of my stomach where I just thought, please don't get hammered. I said 3-1 to Man United in my preview. Deep down, I thought it was going to be about 4 or 5-0. I can't lie. I can say that now. The game's over. But if I'm honest with you, I'm actually more excited for the game on Sunday now. Because obviously, whoever gets appointed as the new manager, hopefully it's done by Sunday. But even if it isn't, I'm not too scared now. Now I've seen how Armas and his team will set up. Obviously, it's very similar to the Jesse Marsh way. Well, it's actually identical. But I feel like now I've seen us play against Man United with that style of play. They could well go and beat us on Sunday, but I'm still not scared of a battering at Ellen Road anyway. Obviously, I was just on about the manager appointment then. Obviously, it was reported before the game that Iraola has apparently rejected Leeds United as he took training at Vallecano today. Apparently, he's turned down the contract proposal. So if that's true, that's him that's turned us down. Corberan. Obviously, there's Arne Slot from Feyenoord, whose name kind of came out of nowhere after my upload the other day. And yeah, but that's kind of been squashed as well. So there's no real insight. Obviously, Rad's tweeted again saying that we need more time. If I'm honest with you, mate, just put your phone down until an announcement's actually been made. Stop making the fans wait up last night thinking there was going to be an announcement. And then even this morning, even I were at work, every few seconds I was checking my phone, no update. So it's like, well, let's just hold off tweeting until there's an announcement. We need to get a new coach in as soon as possible. Obviously, as much as I'm happy with that tonight, that style of play is not sustainable. If we have to endure it again on Sunday, so be it. But we definitely need a new coach in by the Everton game at least. Ideally Sunday, but definitely to have all next week with the team ahead of Everton. But yeah, look, it's late. I've got work in the morning. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I will do a final say upload tomorrow night where I'll go a little bit more in depth about it and the current situation, because we might have an update on the coach situation by this time tomorrow. So after I get home from work, I will prepare an upload for tomorrow night as we gear up for another game against Man United on Sunday. But just to summarise, very, very happy with a point away at Old Trafford. It's a good building block and hopefully it gives us confidence going into Sunday. If you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Please subscribe. I believe we're about 14 subs away from hitting 2k. If it could be done on this video, that would be amazing. Please smash that subscribe button if you're happy with a point away at Old Trafford, and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers.